term that we are talking about this week is extinction. Extinction is defined as a behavior change tactic that occurs when reinforcement of a previously reinforced behavior is discontinued, and as a result, the occurrence of that behavior decreases in the future. So, no longer reinforcing a previously reinforced behavior, and then it also terminates the response to reinforce a relation by changing the environment so that the behavior no longer produces reinforcement. Two examples would be a student being disruptive in class, and then, normally the teacher still gives the student attention, but once they realize that this is a pattern of behavior, they stop giving that student attention until that student learns how to be less disruptive and raise their hand and wait to be called on. Another example would be a child not wanting to do dishes, and they are allowed to get away with not doing it. And then after a certain amount of time, they no longer are allowed to get away without doing it because the boundary is set by the parent. Okay, this is no longer an option. This is something that has to be done. It's a requirement. And then they end up doing it. So something isn't really taken away, but they're just required to do it in order for the behavior to be what it needs to be. Behavioral analysts can use this by identifying the behavior that needs to be reduced, understanding the reinforcement that maintains it, and then discontinuing reinforcement. So basically, first we identify the student that's disruptive. Okay, they're disruptive. This is the pattern. The reinforcement that is allowing the student to continue this is the fact that the teacher is still giving them attention even though they are not doing what is supposed to be done. So discontinuing that reinforcement as it being attention would help there be a decrease in that disruptive behavior. And then same thing with the child not doing the dishes, because the child is allowed to get away with not doing the dishes. That is the reinforcement, them getting away with it. And so once they are no longer allowed to get away with it, once that behavior is not reinforced, at that point, extinction is in effect, and they are now required to do it, and there will be a decrease in the behavior.